all so much for waiting. I am Scoots Magoots, also known as Angry Scootsman. I will be your pilot this evening. Behind me are my commentators.
I'm Wolf, also known as Georgia O'Keefe.
I'm a chocolate orange, but most people take the ACO and they call me Akko.
All right, and we are ready to launch. So in 3, 2, 1, launch.
All right, so really quickly before we get into the mechanics, I wanted to just specify this was
Капец, эта
developed
подготовка
by
заняла
Superspin Digital. It's a team of
вечность.
3 from Australia. We have Daverwobs, Chath, and Steve.
Что мы можем
It was
сказать
first available for early access in
об
2019 and was recently released this year
Крутим
in March
колесо.
as the full game release 1.0.
Иногда тыкаем по левому колесу.
To the dev team. I think they should be watching right now, so you can clap for that one.
Здесь отличный музыкальный ряд.
I would like to point out, if you haven't noticed already, Scoots is playing with quite a unique
По крайней мере,
controller.
мне
It
он
is a
больше по
DJ
душе,
MIDI controller,
который я слышал.
Specifically Hercules
И
Impulse 200,
абсолютно уникальный
fan
ритм
favorite of the
геймплей.
community.
And we actually have one of those available as a prize with a minimum
Мне очень
donation
нравится,
of, I believe,
каким образом
$25.
кольцо,
You can be entered to win that prize. So,
которое, так сказать, бубен, который мы крутим. Можно на контроллере играть на каком-нибудь. Ну или в идеале, конечно же, на том, на чем сейчас играет спидранер. На диджей-машине.
No, we support that. We support the puns.
Let's go. All right.
Все это вместе интерактирует, как это вместе балансно выглядит, как гармонично все это. Я чисто ловлю визуальный кайф, и если еще и музыка отличная, то вообще. На руле, скорее всего, можно. Эта игра есть в Steam, так что, скорее всего, можно.
All of the notes that you see that are rectangles, you'll see that the sliders start with
Но
those
кнопку все равно
rectangles.
нажимать,
That's the
потому
indicator
что, посмотрите,
that
на
you
левую
have
руку он
to touch the
тапает.
wheel in
Тапать
order to
нужно
hit those
там
notes.
иногда в
And the
ритм,
small
периодически,
circular
когда
notes
есть
are what we
полоски.
call match notes, which just mean that you need to move the wheel to
Тупо
align that color
перепечил.
with those notes.
Exactly. There is no input
Самый
required
пепечильный
for the
пепечил.
smallest notes that you're seeing. And there's also no alignment required for the widest notes, the beat notes, which Scoots will be hitting with the left jog wheel.
An important thing to note about this, though, with Scoots playing on turntable, is that he does have to be touching the wheel in order to move it.
Если на диджей-машине можно, я
But
думаю.
what that means is that even when you don't have a tap note, like for these match strings that are moving left to right, you have to be touching the wheel for those, and that's a very important part of how this game differs from something like Sound Voltex, for example. The movement and the inputs are very married to each other.
Overbeat. Shoot.
Oh, unlucky.
You hate to see it.
So yeah, that's a good thing to bring up. Hitting the left jog wheel for Scoots will cost him if there's no note. And because of the fact that you actually have to touch the wheel
Теперь джем.
to rotate, that makes it so that he really you can't make it so that is a penalty because it's essentially required.
Но это его основное управление. Через костыли, не костыли, это, скорее всего, это стимовская версия. К компьютеру можно подключить любой инструмент, насколько мне известно.
I am extremely proud to see how far the game has come since its early access launch in 2018. It's time to show the world the power of the rhythm dimension.
Beautiful.
So,
thank you very much.
I'm taking notes
Это
right now
шоу-кейс.
of what Scoots gets on every single
Соответственно,
track. Because
нам
what I've
покажут
heard is that Scoots is going to
спидраны.
be doing a nice big donation for
Скорее,
us
скорраны,
for each one of
правильно
those. Do
сказать.
you want me to
Во
go in
всех этих
detail on
играх
that,
только
Scoots?
скорраны бывают.
Sure.
Скорраны.
So the numbers that we've got is that if Scoots gets
Просто
a
сложных
PB
уровней,
during the showcase, for every single PB
насколько
he'll be
возможно
donating
сложных, насколько
$25.
возможно
For every
интересных
S,
уровней, для
it's
того,
going to
чтобы
be
показать,
$5. For an A,
как
it's
круто
10, and a B is 25.
это все
So
может
he's
быть.
punishing himself if he does well or if he does poorly. So maybe I can mess him up over here. Hey, beat. Hey, beat. Hey, beat. Nah, it didn't work. Y'all can try and help me out, though.
Кстати, если сейчас
So one thing I'd
послушаем,
like
как
to point out
на
as well is
нашей
this was
трансляции.
initially going to be an XD showcase, which is was the highest difficulty at the time. Shortly
Ну,
after
вообще
the
громкость
submission was
хорошая.
approved,
Я просто буду мало
and the
говорить.
game was fully released as 1.0. they added a difficulty called Remixed, and I don't know if you want to, as a Remixed winner yourself, Akko, I don't know if you would like to elaborate on that.
Yeah, sure. So Remix is a competition that the community puts on where custom charters like myself can compete anonymously to submit their recharts of base game charts in order to get them into base game as an extra difficulty, as Remixed. And so it's a really fun way for the devs to interact with the custom charting community and allow us an opportunity to just like show off what we can do and get ourselves in the game. So if you get the game right now, you'll find, I'm not sure how many of the remix tracks are in there.
I think all but about 6 or 7, or at least that is how many they have left to be judged. It does take a little while for them to be added to the game, but...
So that's like 40 plus custom tracks that are baked into the base game and that you can play right now. You get to see the names of community members right there in the game. Big shout out to all the people who did Remixed.
All right.
My own one is 2 minutes, so if you want to play that one, I don't know, give it a shot. Sorry.
Big vibe into this part.
Yeah,
shout outs to Hyper Potions.
Yeah, shout outs to all the artists on this in this game. I do know we have the Celeste bonus track, which is a remix done by Lena Rain herself. I think she might be watching right now, so hi. So a couple unlucky misses here from Scoots.
Yeah, also an overbeat. It happens.
It happens.
It just means I have to pay more. It's fine.
It's under stern table.
Oh.
I thought we were only getting the 1 pun today, but you're just gonna keep going for it, huh?
It's the classic.
You're just gonna keep beating me over the head with them?
Главное, что это не выглядит очень сложным. То есть буквально повороты влево-вправо, плюс красный и синий. Красный и синий ноты, и все. А что не выглядит сложно, то значит сложно замастерить.
All right, this is where I want to see your jams in the chat. I want to see the jams in the chat, and I would love to see some jams in the audience here. This is one of my favorite songs easily in the base game.
Yeah, Steven would say turbo banger.
I would say sing along if you know the words, but I think this is a relatively niche track.
Yeah.
But if y'all enjoy hearing it here, you should definitely go check them out. You should check out all the artists featured here because I think they're super sick. There's a lot of them that actually interact with the spin rhythm community. So
Просто очень гармонично выглядит геймплей.
if y'all know who Sharks is, we'll be seeing a little bit of him later, but he loves to hang around in the spin rhythm Discord.
Something I'd quick like to explain, this is a Howmac remix that he was the winner for in the remix. And Howmac is a fan of releases, beat holds, and then the hard releases. So you'll see at the end of some of the wide hold notes that Scoots has, there's a more pronounced ending. And that also requires that he releases at the correct time. So
да, они могли бы сделать сложнее, но я не вижу в этом никакого смысла. Выглядит уже достаточно сложно, и это круто. Нет никакого удовольствия просто долбить по клавишам, на мой взгляд.
And you'll see that every time we hit one of those spins, Scoots has to do a flick on his left wheel at the tap wheel, and that is how he engages those spins. It's a very unique mechanic in my opinion. You do have similar things in, again, like Sound Voltex, but this is so integrated with the way you do inputs in this game.
Какой же кайф.
Host, if you want to talk for a bit. This section's pretty chill.
Sorry, too busy vibing. No, I'm just kidding. There's so much love coming in for Spin Rhythm. We got Neppy 5000 with a $15 donation.
Yo, Neppy.
Spacebar Slammer.
I've been following the game for 5 years. It is so awesome to see it at SGDQ spin into the rhythm dimension. I love this game. By the end of the showcase, we're going to have a lot of people loving this game as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Neppy.
This is the moment of the song.
You can keep going,
да, диджейский пульт здесь, походу, почти что must-have. Это как иметь планшет для рисования для OSSU.
Yo, Jay, thank you so much.
We got Ian with $50 saying, all my party chefs, put your hands in the air. That's you, crowd. Thank you. Let's do it.
You can keep going.
And just to update, we are $34,000 into Through the Fire and Flames. Come on, everybody, get those donations in. Put towards it that incentive. Let's get that going for Clone Hero, everybody. Let's do it.
Was that like a single point slider break right there?
I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to blame it on nerves.
I can make you more nervous if you want.
Oh, please do. Boom.
I'm just absolutely jamming to this one.
Yeah.
Доброе утро.
Oh my God, I love this song.
Присоединяйтесь к
Pepechillu. The difficulty in some of these tracks is the syncopation.
Vibe check.
As we mentioned before, you can see that there's this offset pattern between these beats and taps and spins and beat holds and releases. And there's a lot to think about, even though there's only 2 buttons to press. You can see, if you're just watching Scoot's hands right now, just the frantic way he has to move his ring and index fingers just to flick that wheel around for the spins that are relatively short in between all of these inputs that he has to do is really impressive to see. We are going to get into some pretty high difficulties here. Scoots, do you know what this difficulty is?
This was, I think, a 36.
A 36. Yeah. We did hit the hard difficulty showcase, so we're going to be hitting up to 61, I believe.
Yep.
So it's only going up from here.
I would say at the moment, the hardest songs that really anybody is like able to even barely complete kind of is around an 80. So getting to 60 it's getting up there.
Awful start. Right?
Oh, man. No. You're just getting the FC out of the way so that you don't have to donate the 25. This is actually one of my favorite backgrounds because this track is called Bubbles, and this background is just perfectly designed to be bubbles. You can see all those, I don't know, would you say they're orbs? They're popping
no. I mean, I guess you could. You could absolutely say they're orbs.
I definitely wouldn't say that, but I don't know. The crowd said it. It wasn't me.
Yeah, I think the developers have polished this background a couple times, and it shows. It is really clean.
Iggy, you want to give us something?
Очень острые повороты для такой высокой скорости.
Scooty, rocking everywhere. Wreck the Granite Guild like a bouse. You got this, my dude. Much love from all your GG pals. And we have Gabraham Lincoln with a $50
Новый паттерн появился воды. Я так понимаю, он влево-вправо крутит в момент, когда вода идет.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for all these donations.
We also have an anonymous $25 donation saying, did I miss the train or has it just started? Either way, take some tickets. That's
Мне нравится, что надо ритм рукой отбивать.
For the Clone Hero through the Fire and Flames incentive.
Ну, по крайней мере, в его варианте.
5,000 out of the 60,000. Keep it going, everybody, yeah!
Yeah, I mean, if you want this Rhythm Games vlog to go longer, you got to meet that incentive. It's as simple as that.
One thing that the developers added in 1.0 is the track movement itself. So at some points, you like here it's pretty calm, but at some points it really can make a difference. Like it adds a whole new element to like how difficult some parts are to read for sure.
We call it twisty track.
Yes.
I guess we could call it spinny track, but it doesn't spin that much.
В принципе, полоска прямо над дорогой должна нам подсказывать, какой паттерн дальше идет. Я попытался понять, но что-то очень сложно. Поэтому Pepechillu.
A wide trend as of late. And in Remixed it shows people get like a little bit more abstract with which lanes they end up in or come from. And
I can't wait to get to later in the showcase when we can show you what he means by abstract.
All right, I think we have time for another quick donation here.
Sure.
Sounds good to me. We have $50 from Penguin Tamer. Cutting to the quick with our comment saying simply incredible. Give it up, everybody. Let's go. You got fans, Scoots, you got fans.
Блин, я не заметил двигатель рукой влево-вправо, когда вода идет.
The melody in this song is just infectious.
It really is.
One thing I would like to point out, because Scoots is going pretty hard on these turntables, is one of the reasons that this turntable is the favorite. It really is kind of agreed to be the balance of affordability, durability. The jog wheels, a lot of people prefer this size. It seems like there might be a little more resistance on the larger ones. And it obviously works more ideally when you do have the touch sensors on them. So this turntable really checks all of those blocks.
Mm-hmm. And it's worth noting that if you don't want to invest in a turntable right away, that's not the only way to play this game. In fact, the most common play style is actually mouse and keyboard. It's something we call freewheel, where the wheel is controlled by the movement of your mouse back and forth, and you can click on the mouse to hit the tap notes, those rectangles, and you can hit a button on the keyboard to press one of the beats. You can, of course, also rebind things as freely as you want. You can have both things on the keyboard or both things on the mouse if you want. There's a lot of accessibility features in this game. In fact, you can see that the color palette that Scoots is playing on right now, this isn't actually the default color palette. You can change every single color in the game. There's so many customizability options.
And with all the new HUD designs too, there's just so many different styles you can really set.
Зачилочная.
So this track here is from a newer artist to the game.
Наверняка есть что-нибудь пожестче для любителей.
Collaborated with Chime and has very quickly become one of my favorites. I think he came in very strong.
This is my favorite chart in the game.
This is Crookie's chart, right?
Yeah, Crookie charted this, and he did an absolutely fantastic
хорошо
job
рисует.
of conveying the song through
Да,
the
точно,
patterns
на волне надо влево-вправо двигать.
Crookie, one of my favorite charters, simply because he and I have like the
Хорошо с
same
паттернами
brain for
играет,
charting in a lot
реально.
of instances. You'll see
вполне плавно
with
всё
a
выглядит.
little more wacky patterns here. You'll see that these patterns are going very close to the edges of the track, making them wider, making Scoots have to do more complex movements. And then you'll see certain things like these wobbly sliders, which are mostly an aesthetic effect that just add to the feel of the chart.
Yeah, we're definitely getting pretty wide with this one. Right there was an example of one of the trickiest movement mechanics to learn as a new player, which is just color swaps, where normally the color changes in the easy difficulties are telegraphed by the spins. Often it'll change color after a spin. But when you get to XD and higher difficulty of experts, it really becomes a challenge to just orient the colors in your brain.
Он поэтому, походу, не ломает здесь комбо даже.
Видишь, жестко. Some of the stuff in this is stupid, and I mean that in the most positive way possible. You can see that Crookie does these patterns where you have these repeated tap spins in order to chart that one repeating synth. And
Некоторые рисунки здесь просто шутка, но это просто игра на получение очков и кайфа максимального.
Perfect. We got $5 from D. Whitney saying, "Feel the rhythm, the spin rhythm. Loving this rhythm block right now." Yes, indeed. We also got $50 from Caboose the Elf saying, "So awesome seeing Scoots on the GDQ stage, showing why he's a rhythm boss." Cheering you on from the North Pole. Wow. Shout out to the North Pole.
Here we got some really nice syncopated patterns.
Sliders are definitely the biggest.
Микрофон.
Now right here, this pattern though.
Creativity, yeah. Again,
I love
so
it so
good.
much.
Shout outs to Crookie for that pattern right there. That's something.
Как же красиво.
Wacky, fun patterns like that make me
И
really
гениально.
adore it. Just like the absolute breadth of charting styles that we have.
Exactly. Getting the community involved just opens.
I didn't forget.
It's crazy. Yes, there is a final spin at the end of that song.
Whew.
Let's see.
Oh, so
close.
Yes.
Complete.
Trying to save yourself some money.
All right, on to some more slightly unusual charting.
Ready up. Yeah, this is Temanite, another artist who has interacted with the community a lot. So big shout out to him.
hint for what's to come for Temanite. There's another chart coming up that is quite notable.
Yes, the true final boss.
We do actually have final boss in the game, but there's one song that everyone believes, like, it is the spin rhythm track. And if you know the game, you'll know what track we're waiting for, but you'll have to wait till later to see that one.
I think now we can get a couple more donations here in this build-up.
How about a large donation? $5,000!
Интересные протяжные.
I heard that. _Herzog saying, I was too busy this week, and I forgot to get tabs on the marathon to donate during my favorite games, so I just had to put it all together here. Good luck. Go fast. Thank you for your generosity, S. Herzog. We are currently at 36,000 out of the 60,000 to get Fire and Flame into this rhythm block. Twitch chat, give it that. Woo!
Come on, Twitch chat. I believe in you.
So typically, because of the way that you have to release and repress to like do the movements, it is only accepted to do movement after a tap and not movement into taps. So in this chart here, you'll see some really fast instances of Scoots doing the movements after tap. I think it's right here.
Yes.
Yep.
Those quick swaps right there.
I believe those are 2-tick or maybe 1-tick
I think they're 1-tick.
Yeah, I believe so.
Those are fast and they are hard, and Scoots is hitting them, and that's impressive.
But yeah, my point is essentially if it was the match note, the tinier one, into the big note,
Как я и
that
говорил,
amount of time, it would almost be
пожестче
unplayable.
треки есть.
Pretty much just completely unplayable on third table.
Yeah.
Because you would have to move into the tap, let go, and then repress in that amount of time.
So that is the biggest challenge of turntable, as I mentioned before, that you have to be holding the wheel to move it. And shout outs to the free wheel players that I know are watching right now.
Shout outs to Cave Den for this remix submission here.
Да, должен иметь возможность поиграть. Я думаю, ХП у него справа отображено, справа красным.
More EDM-y kind of tracks, but if you're a fan of more rhythm gamey sounds, we do have Camellia coming up later, since you did match that harder track showcase.
Man,
Да, мне больше нравится почили. Почильнее тречки.
The S's are eluding me. We'll get there.
So this track, this song is actually made by the developer of the game, Daverwob. And gotta show that off, obviously. He's very committed to the game.
Pay close attention to this bassline at the start. If you're familiar with rhythm games in general, you may have heard of a song called Bad Apple. And that bassline at the beginning is very reminiscent of Bad Apple. And I heard through the grapevine that Daverwob got the inspiration for this song after hearing, I think it was his cousin, but don't quote me on that, but hearing someone playing a bass line on guitar. So my headcanon is that this song is a remix of Bad Apple, but that's just me.
Yeah, this one was charted by Rewardador, who some of you may already be familiar with.
Oh yeah, shout out to Rad. I believe Red was a member of the Clone Hero community before coming to Spin Rhythm, but can you fact check me on that?
Sorry, I'm lost in two. Oh, that swap. I can't believe I missed it.
О, хорошее соло.
Iggy, you could take a moment here.
Thank you. We got $15 from Metal Man 20.
Yo, Metal!
They say Spin Rhythm XD and the community has brought me nothing but happiness, joy, and fun times over the last 3.5 years.
Какой отличный переход.
It's incredible to see this game being shown on GDQ, and I hope that all y'all have an amazing time. Angry Scootsman, give this crowd one heck of a show. Oh, he is Metal Man. Thank you so much.
big shout outs to Metal Man, known for having like just the most interesting style of swapping. Sometimes when the colors, like say a red match note into a red match note on the other side of the screen, sometimes Metal will just switch the other direction, skip over a blue panel into a red, and it is just, it's so unique to watch. It's like, it adds another layer of entertainment with just watching Metal Man play. It's something.
I had to miss that match in the beginning to spice things up.
Of course, of course. Yeah, Metal Man does not care which direction the game thinks you should swap. Metal Man swaps whichever direction he wants.
Exactly.
Because Metal is like a full...
what? That's Beans.
Oh, okay. Yes, chef.
That's Beans, chef.
All right. That is an actual chart, by the way. I don't know why anyone made that, but it does exist.
Sometimes the charts do be existing.
Hey, shout outs to Fallen, I think.
Yeah, I think Fallen is responsible for Beans.
It's so cool seeing all the community members come out to support us here. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
I think this song definitely has one of the most intense builds into some of the funkiest breaks.
Yeah, so this song is 5 minutes and 31 seconds, I believe, which is the second longest track we're going to be playing today.
5-минутный трек, если что.
Is more of an endurance test than the other one, in my opinion. Because this one just does not let out. It kind of just is at the same level the whole time, whereas the other one has a couple of sprint sections we'll get to later. Iggy, if you want to take an opportunity, go for it.
Absolutely. I got $17 from Court.
Вот это мой джем.
What an incredible showcase. And shout outs to Aiko on the couch for making this week better. Give it up for Aiko, everybody. If y'all know, you'll know. Thank you, Court, for that donation.
Yeah, so if y'all in the crowd or chat don't know, I am a producer.
Y'all are welcome to clap along to this one.
So, yeah, I've been working here this week, and it's been great. And thank you, Court, for that donation.
О, вот видели, как волна идет?
Got $25 from Kai Bootsy. Say, always love seeing the
Трубой
Genshin
повторяет.
GQ. This one looks awesome. Keep the beats coming, Scoots. Woo! Woo! Sarcastic Reindeer sent us $25. Say, spin, Scoot, spin.
Это скоро ран. Трек вообще топовый.
You can keep them coming.
$25 from Snaily Syrup says, I now have a reason to want a turntable. Never thought it would, but this is really, really cool. Rhythm, block, hard!
If y'all are having fun watching this or want to try it out yourself, like Scoots is making this look easy, but it took me a long time to get used to all of the mechanics in this game. But there is a lot of there's a lot of charts that are in the base game to help you get up to this level. There's 6 base game difficulties now with Remix. I started on hard. There's easy, normal, hard, expert, XD, and now Remix. And it slowly introduces mechanics over those difficulties, and it makes for a really nice way to get yourself into the game. Big shout outs to Daverwab, because that is like, what, 300 charts?
Yeah. When considering all difficulties, yeah, that really adds up. And I really think that developers did a fantastic job narrowing that difficulty gap between what used to be the hardest difficulty, XD. Often kind of feel inaccessible.
Чисто
слишком запарные. From expert. And
all right.
Hey, did we get stuck there for a second?
Yeah, just it happens.
But yeah, the game is also currently, I believe, 33% off on Steam. So now is the best time for you to go and buy it. In fact, if you're in chat and you're thinking about it right now, just open it right now. I know you have that second monitor on the side. Just open Steam right now.
Check out the track list. Maybe there's one that we missed that you're just like is one of your favorite songs. All right, so this part kind of goes in.
Ой, какой переход.
Oh yeah, who charted this one? Was it Swaggo?
I believe that is correct.
You're right. Yeah, I want to give out a shout out to Swag as well. One of my friends from the Celeste community we kind of
Вот где все диджеи работают.
Together. There's actually a lot of people from the Celeste community who play rhythm games, or the Celeste speedrunning community to be particular. And it kind of makes sense because the kind of mindset you need for speedrunning and rhythm games are kind of the same. But yeah, shout out to all of the Celeste friends and the people who play spin now.
Ой, обратно к трубе.
I love that. What is that? Is that technically called a cheeseburger slider? Because it's kind of shaped like a bun when they do those quick circles.
Is that why it's called a cheeseburger though?
I hope so.
No, it was,
wasn't it because...
Was somebody eating a cheeseburger when they...
Was it? It was Trexter that was eating a cheeseburger, right?
Was it the canned cheeseburger incident?
It might be, it might be.
What did I just uncover?
But yeah, just like speedrun tricks, we have some stupid names for some of our patterns. God, there's some other good ones, right? I can't think of them off the top of my head. There's ice cream sandwich.
I might see one and be like, oh my god, that's a flabbity-doo. Like, you never know.
Well, there are paradiddles, which to me are kind of just flabbity-doos.
Yeah, all drum rudiments are just kind of sound like made up English.
Все еще нет.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, we're still here.
Doing a quick overlay disable here.
Yeah, chat. Can you hear the menu music right now? Can we get some snaps or claps going for that?
How about y'all get up on your feet if you're feeling it? I'm going to do it.
Hey, Iggy, can you give us some donations too?
Absolutely. We got $25 from Luminary Cat saying the community has come
Да, это настоящая диджейская штука.
Of our favorite game, and we are so proud to see Angry Scootsman and Wolf and Echo on there. I hope this will bring even more new faces to our small group of Speen enthusiasts. Also, I really need that Speen pad. Yes, there is a sudden uptick in $25 donations currently to try to take that Hercules deck home. And they're actually driving this through the Fire and Flames incentive almost at $37,000, everybody. Keep it going. Woo.
I do want to give a quick shout out to Luminary Cat. She's been streaming the game quite frequently. And
себя так же.
I apologize to your ears.
Oh, man.
Luminary has gotten to a very
Еще
high
полчаса
level,
кайфа.
and
Там, если надонатят, будет еще 15 минут кайфа.
She's just like, nah, I just play too much. But it's like, no, you're really good at this game. Like,
all right, into the next track. All right, yeah.
Next
Yo, shout outs to the tech team and the production team behind the scenes doing all this stuff to make that work.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to be doing this with y'all. I think Helix is producing right now, so shout outs to them.
All right, this build is pretty epic. I'm gonna ask that we clap along to this one.
God, y'all, so if y'all know me, if y'all have seen me stream, you know that I cannot stop myself from humming or singing along to music, and it is so hard to stop myself right now, but I'm not going to stop myself on some of the tracks, I'll tell you that much.
You're the acapella.
I am acapella.
Ooh, some fancy
Ой, такие дропы.
Little pseudo backspin there.
Oh.
Yeah, this chart really brings out some complex techniques, fast taps, and just wide sliders, quick double beat right there. And the drops in this song are just epic.
Whose chart is this?
This is Programmatic chart.
This is Prog? Oh, shout out to Prog, another person you might know from the Celeste community who's in spin. This is really... So, Prog is the person who created almost all of the standards for charting back when we first got the ability to custom chart in this game. I think it was in 2020?
Yes, got the flick.
Yes. Oh,
nice.
Oh, that triple tap though.
You got the wide slider though. Or the wide match string, rather. Match string is when there's a dense series of match notes in a row, as you'll see at this part even.
Oh,
yeah, that
part is so rough.
Yeah, these patterns are killer.
All right, this is ideal donation time if there is any.
Perfect. We got $25 from Dama.
Yo, Dama, Steam Mom!
Shout out for showcasing this wonderful rhythm game to such a huge audience. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
Я почти не говорю, поэтому можете смело.
Very nice member of the community. Always a pleasure to commentate with for the various events that we hold.
Yeah. Big shout out to Dama. Dama is also someone who I would say is a Celeste community member, but with a twist, with a spin maybe.
Oh God, yes.
She met the Celeste community people from Spin, I believe, and then
I believe that's right,
got into the community in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm. Got some really nice, more in-depth rhythms here.
Yeah, we are gonna have Celeste later today. Did that incentive already get met?
It absolutely did.
Oh man, we're gonna get to see both of those tasks. That's exciting.
All right, this may be my favorite drop in the whole showcase. I hope you guys are ready for this one.
Любимый дроп раннера.
Now we enter the triplet zone.
So the interesting thing about this game is that conceptually, certain things look visually distinct, but are fundamentally the same, at least on turntable. So you'll see that in some of these sections, Frog is putting these, exciting slider shapes, and in other places we have these exciting match strings that kind of just like provide the same effect, but just give you a different game feel to it. It's a really cool way that.
Oh no!
I hang my head in shame. I forgot the ending.
Oh, that's tragic.
You were too focused on remembering the ending of the other Shark song.
Забыл финиш трека.
All right, well, we're keeping the A's going.
Yeah, I think every single one has been an A so far.
All right, on to the last part of the regular set list.
The former final boss of the game.
It's still the true final boss, let's be real.
To many of the OG players, this will always hold a place in their hearts, whether it was their first time playing this chart on Expert and being like, oh, match notes do this? Match notes are going to move around like that? So, like... And honestly, I think for many people, clearing this chart for the first time is just like such a highlight for this game.
This one's definitely a sing-along if you know the words kind of one.
Yeah. Yeah, and another shout out again to Metal Man because Metal Man was so hyped clearing this song for the first time. And then Temenite, the artist of the song, was so hyped for Metal to clear the song, so it was just like all around just fantastic.
Yeah, it's super cool when artists interact. Scoots, you had an artist interact when you had another showcase.
Oh yeah. When I ran this for lovely Trans Pop.
Trans Rides.
Yes. Woo. Absolutely. Frums actually dropped a donation in saying this game looked cool. So heck yeah.
Hey, you can get another donation in right now.
Yeah.
Alrighty. We got Crookie with a $20 donation saying, hey, Scoots, Crookie here, sitting here with the gang in Rhythm Hell, waiting for your return. Hopefully everyone's enjoying your tour of the Rhythm Dimension. Speed!
Yeah, absolute shout out to Cosmos, Abysmal Cosmos, Rhythm Hell Discord. So many cool people on there. Just a good variety of rhythm games as well, but just like very, very wholesome community.
Очень мало хп у спидранера.
Thanks, Crookie,
хп правый бар.
for the donation as well.
Пускает, походу, много.
Is this Trex?
This is a Trexter chart.
Yes.
Trex is one of the best players of his game.
I think
period.
Specifically second place. he and SnapHap are just like so far ahead at this point. I don't know though. There's some other players really catching up, but for a while Trex was the best, and out of nowhere some new players just start showing up, and it's incredible how good they've gotten. I think everybody has really been a big motivator for people to improve. Like, everybody's getting so good at this game all together.
That part hurt more than it should. All right, hey, I think it's time for another donation.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah, we got Granite Elephant coming in with a $50 donation, saying, Scoots, I got out of making beer to watch this tonight. Good luck from GamerGF and you got this. Also, Kurt Payne sends his regards.
Thank you, my favorite pachyderm.
We got BD Jeffy P with $200 saying, keep these tunes. It's hype, flowing. Nearly at $38,000 out of the $60,000 to get Fire and Flames through the set list of the Rhythm Block. Everybody, let's give it up, go.
I think we got time for one more before the section.
Yeah, before the nasty drop.
All right, we got ourselves $13.39 from Stellaris saying, okay, Spin Rhythm XD has officially been added to my wish list.
Love to hear it.
Yeah.
I think the cost of the game is better used to benefit MSF. Thank you.
Do you guys like saxophone solos?
Focus time.
Yeah, we will need Scoots to focus here. This is when the intensity bumps up a little bit more.
Хороший переход. Таки. Поехали. ХП.
Oh, it was so close there.
Едва ли выжил.
Sadly, it's not the hardest part.
We still got one more section to go.
Oh no. Did it happen?
Nope.
No,
Keep going.
You're good.
Keep going.
Whew.
I believe Scoots.
Спидранер даже не может посмотреть на ХП, потому что занят. Спрашивают у комментаторов по ХП.
Oh no. I'm not
Он проиграл, к сожалению. Но это не важно.
I was worried that might happen.
Maybe if I hadn't stopped myself from humming.
Sometimes you just gotta jam to the jams.
All right, well, there's an on.
Хороший трек, уважаемый.
That's a tough one.
Но начало было слабовато по моему вкусу.
If I may, Stellaris donation comment has something very important at the end. It says, trans rights! Woo! And Summer Games Done Quick 2023 has raised over $1.1 million.
Смысл скор игр в том, чтобы просто высокий скор набрать. И это скорран называется. И ГДК в последнее время старается, ну как последние, наверное, года 2 точно, может 3, пытается проталкивать скорраны. Это круто, это интересно смотреть. Главное, чтобы это было хорошо перемешано. Ну и скорран был сам по себе интересный.
Oh yeah, sure.
So that's a 48. We're jumping our way up to 54 now. So it is getting up there.
Скорость увеличивается.
This is my struggle zone. I feel very comfortable playing 40s, and once I get to 50s, it's not as pretty.
Готовьтесь.
Any Splatoon fans in the crowd? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Shout out to Pig, who charted this. Also ran Splatoon at Archithon.
Quiet Jam.
Кажется, это трек из Сплатуна.
Yeah, Pig is a very creative charter.
Yeah, very input heavy, I love to note, because that is just, I love some of the rhythms and syncopations from Pig's charts.
Yeah, they love polyrhythms.
Yes.
So you'll see them all over their charts. And another interesting thing they do that you might have seen earlier is what we sometimes refer to as a pseudo backspin, where you can see a slider that curves across the playing field, across the lanes, and it goes in the same direction as the spin in front of it. And the reason we refer to that as a pseudo backspin is because when you move in the same direction as the spin that's coming right after, that means that your hand is not in position to do the spin. So the spin going in that direction is not telegraphed. And so that would be a regular backspin, but these pseudo backspins kind of force you into the movement of the spin as you go into it.
There is quite a bit of mental trickery in this game.
Но он не завалил. Хорош.
Okay, good PA.
Слишком быстро для меня.
So we figured
60?
since there's Camellia charts in here, we might as well pick a difficult one. And Scoot's also picking a very beautiful one.
Got some time at the beginning for donations if you got them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got Aaron Eternal with $25 saying shout out to one of the best communities in rhythm gaming. Much love to all the sprinters in person and in chat. I appreciate all y'all for putting this amazing showcase together. Less than 3. Thank you.
Не люблю долгие разгоны.
For Scoots and crew.
Он 20 секунд уже разгоняется.
Yeah, shout outs to Aaron. Been around in the community for so long, and she is just so wholesome, and I believe is one of the tablet players actually that we have, which is a very interesting, kind of unique style within the community actually.
Does Aaron, had Aaron played Osu before that?
I'd say there's a good chance. I don't know for sure, but
cannot confirm.
Yeah,
because that's the only rhythm game I know where people use a tablet.
Definitely on the higher difficulties, you will start to see much more dense match strings, much faster slider movement into the wide lanes.
Balance
really
drop.
Pulls out all the stops. The higher difficulties do not mess around.
And this is another programmatic chart, right?
This is no, this is Dama and Half-Light.
Oh,
that's right.
I mixed them up, right? Okay. Yeah. Again, shout out to Dama, who we heard from earlier. Dama is a charter who has become very experimental in a way that I very much like in recent times. And because she's charting with Half-Light on this one, I'm sure she did her best to match his style. Look at those. I mean, that match string is 3 wide, which means that you cannot move more than 1 lane in either direction, because the red and blue paddles that you see at the bottom of your screen are 4 lanes wide. And then you see those sliders that instantly swap to the other side. You have to flick instantly, like with barely any delay, in order to catch that slider and not break.
I've always said Camellia has a way of fusing bliss and chaos like no other. Just with the most beautiful melodies and just like some of the grungiest, intense beats and drums all fused together.
Даже при высокой скорости баланс тут хороший. Баланс хорошей скорости и напряженности местами. Первую половину раскачили. Нет, трек всего 4 минуты.
I think we have time for a couple more here.
Я думаю, не больше. Совсем длинный у него был, там 5 минут.
Thank you so much for putting off, or showing off, my favorite rhythm game of all time. Also, tune into the SSSO starting this weekend. Thank you.
That's right, we do have a tournament going on this weekend called the Speen Open. Each time the lower difficulties just keep getting pushed up because we have so many like really solid top players now, and it's going to be a treat to see who pulls this one off.
Do you know what the highest difficulty they showcase there is now? Is it like 75?
I believe so. It starts, the first map pool goes up to 50.
Yeah, so we're not going to make it up to 75 today. We're still showcasing some pretty hard stuff here, but there is more to be seen.
Nice triple taps.
Oh my goodness. You just have some wild match strings. You can see that those taps were way off the edge of the playing field.
ХП почти кончилось.
You got this.
0 на 1%. Опять 0,1%? О, погиб. Но он пытался. Это было сильно.
I believe so, yeah.
That's another 25, I'm afraid.
Yeah, usually match notes will not subtract much from your health, but the dense match strings will get you very, very quickly. Scoots was absolutely killing it and then just got slightly misaligned there on a match string, and it's one of the reasons that you mainly see these really dense, movement-heavy match strings in high difficulty charts. They are threatening.
Ну, тут, наверное, не настроен просто специальный гейм-овер.
I did want to mention there were a couple of other play styles that we haven't talked
Логично
about.
выключить.
The big one being that you can play on controller. There are a couple of well-known controller players. Luciano, I think Ballin doesn't play anymore, but he was a big controller advocate for a while. So if that's your jam, you can play there as well. And the devs have done a really good job of leveling the playing field between all of those.
Okay.
So for this one, we are going to give Scoots full focus here. This chart starts tough and it does not let up. So
Готовы помолчать и послушать.
Hardest chart we're going to see.
Хорошее
We
начало.
do have a lot more input density here, so that is the main challenge that you should be watching for on your screen.
I did not see that Celeste song in there, so we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with that.
I think it's there, just not
in your favorites.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just so that you didn't get the chance to look at it. So you can see there's some very fast beat taps there where Scoots has to kind of go bongo mode and alternate hitting both wheels. It's like a tap stream in another game.
The first time I saw Scoots play this, there was no volume on. And I'm glad that the beats sound like how I thought it would.
And this is the Donald Trog chart.
You are correct there, yeah. Frog and Tama collaborating on this one.
Whew.
Ноль хп почти.
There's a pattern there
не
where
успевает.
we had two
Всё,
taps
кончилось хп.
followed by a beat, followed by a tap, all evenly spaced. And that we refer to as a paradiddle because that is the drum rudiment.
The right, left, right, right pattern.
Yeah.
Блин, они, может, микрофон какие-нибудь вырубят. Реально
You
фонит.
could probably take a moment here.
All right, again, we got Ken X Cow with a $100 donation saying, I was rocking out to the music so much, I almost forgot to donate. Had to wait until payday came, but I was not missing the rhythm block. You got this, Chef?
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you so much for all the love for this. Really, really cool to see everyone supporting.
Последний бенгер, я так понимаю. У него контроллер убегает из-под рук.
This pattern.
Very tricky match swaps here, and
yeah, so in that pattern, you'll see same lane swaps and opposite lane swaps. And what that means is, if there's a same lane swap, there's a color swap in the same lane, which means that you need to move your wheel across 4 lanes. But when there's an opposite lane swap, you need to not move, because that means that they are lined up with each other, and you need to follow the pattern without moving. And so mixing those together creates a readability challenge that is oh my.
That ending is so rough.
Тяжелый трек, конечно. Даже до половины не дошел и засыпался.
Okay, and then we have the Celeste Sight Read challenge.
Before you open up that chart, I have a very special donation here for you. Do anything with that chart.
Okay.
$100 from Lena Rain.
let's go.
Let's go.
Lena says, love to see Speen at GDQ. Thanks so much for meeting the Celeste incentive. I did this remix specifically for Spin Rhythm after meeting the Dead Team and totally loving everything about their game, even early on. Keep speening. And let's get our eyes on it, Scoots. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lena.
Oh, beans?
That's beans?
Oh god, the beans came back. Alright.
Трек из Селеста будет сейчас.
So the Beyond the Heart remix contest is going on right
очень
now.
режет уши
People are voting on the charts.
звук микрофонов свистящих.
Nobody knows who actually charted this one. Yeah.
And we don't know who charted it. It's all anonymized. This is one of the submissions for Beyond the Heart remix.
And Scoots has never seen this chart before. This is a sight read.
I haven't seen it either, so I have no idea what's going to go in here.
Это для спидранера, для скорранера абсолютно новый трек. Вот только создали специально для этого донат инцентива.
Shoutouts to Lena Rain. This song is just fantastic.
Spicy pattern.
Yeah.
And yes.
This is quite a rhythmic chart. It's got some very, very nice rhythms to play.
Ooh. Really quick snaps.
Those flicks are something. If y'all know me from the Celeste community, you'll know that I was a farewell runner. So I love all the music from there. And this track is one of them.
I gotta say, Scoots is killing it for his sight read, don't you guys think?
Yeah, this is really good.
Oh, that pattern's really cool.
Yeah.
Shame about the overbeat.
Не, на стриме нормально слышно. На оригинале не очень хорошо слышно на самом деле.
I love this part. It has such a mellow feel, but it still comes in with that powerful melody.
Man, those flicks are dirty.
You're hitting these patterns, Scoots.
That was clean.
Wow. That was incredible. You made that
Хорошо
look
прошел
easy.
уровень.
If I hadn't known, I wouldn't have believed that you were sight reading.
All right, that's time.
Время?
Absolutely amazing job, man.
Quick shout out to the Spin Rhythm community. You all are wonderful. Especially big shout out to
понравился трек.
Cosmos and Bolombino and Dama. You guys have been so
Все
great to
остальные
me.
были очень крутые.
If
Ну,
I
большая
could,
часть.
pass that on to,
Больше половины как
commentators.
минимум.
I wanted to give one more shout out to the Summer Spin Open going on this weekend. I highly encourage, if you guys love this high level play, please check it out. They will not disappoint. There are so many incredible players in the community.
Да, жаль
I want to give
короткая.
a shout out to
Очень
my
жаль, что
coworkers,
короткая.
Calvin and Josiah. It is my coworker Josiah's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday, man. You both have been covering me so much this week. I cannot appreciate it more, and it gave me such an amazing opportunity to be here. Shout out to all the playtesters, referees, the remix judges, everybody behind the scenes. I think the lead moderators, the Way 1, 2, 3, and Ricky, really dedicated to the community, and it shows. Like, amazing players as well, and my fellow commentators for the events. Shout outs to the Clone Hero block coming up next. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, I did want to say.
Для Clone Hero надо еще
special thank
$20
you
тысяч
to
долларов.
the
Ну, это
devs
вполне
who are
возможно.
watching right now from Australia. Thank you for being here, and thank you for supporting us with this and with the prizes that we have for it, the spin pad and the turntable that you see on your screen right now. Not the same one, of course. One that's in a box.
Yeah, one that's in a little better shape.
And yeah, if y'all like rhythm games,
Разыгрывают
stick around for Clone Hero. If y'all like
диджейский
Celeste,
бокс.
stick around for Celeste. They're both literally right after this. And shout out to T Production and Tech and everyone else I've been working with this week.
Absolutely.
Great job.
Tech came in so
Thank you.
so clutch last minute. We had to switch the whole computer to really get that frame rate going. We needed to be able to see the game at its best. They helped us out so much. So
the last thing I want to say is that we do have a tradition on Spin Rhythm streams, which is that we always end it with a group spin, where we all say spin together. And I would love if the audience wanted to join in on that.
absolutely. So after the count of 3, if you guys are ready, I want everybody to yell spin. All right. 3.
На счет 3 они будут кричать
1.
спин.
Spin!
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. It was such an honor to be
Зал
here
не
with Steve
поддержал, но
Sinako.
ничего. Бывает.
Thank you very much.